Hello, wonderful people. So today I'm going to show you how to make a single sample that is has the ability to be played across a keyboard in a key group multi-sample that is then looped so that it'll play forever. This is the quickest, dirtiest way to do this, so let's get started. I have my JX8P connected to the Force, the audio inputs into 1-2. What I'm going to do is sample a supersaw. One of my favorite sounds that it makes. So what I'm going to do is go into the menu, click on sampler, click on the little keyboard thing right there. I'm going to go to minimum note and make sure it's C2, and max note is also C2 with a note stride of 1. Extend minimum and maximum notes. Make sure record input from 1-2 is also selected. Layer 1, full velocity, is the only layer being sampled. I'm going to do a full note length of 2,000 milliseconds, or excuse me, 20,000 milliseconds with a 1,000 millisecond tail. Let's call this JX Supersaw. Do it. Make sure that looping is disabled or turned off. Auto trim start is selected, and make current track is also selected. And then I'm going to turn off my mic for a sec and do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play back the key group now, but the force needs to be turned up. So that sounds pretty good. All right, so now I'm going to go into the edit page. I want to look at the sample so that we can loop it. What I'm going to do is go into the gear here. I want to make sure that loop lock is turned off and zero snap is turned on. Now click on pad loop, and what I want to do is find somewhere in here that is going to have a loop, and it looks like there's a bunch of places where we can loop. I'm going to start with some peaks that look like they're similar. So I'm going to go into the loop point here, and I'm going to drag that over. It looks like that's a good place for a loop to be. Maybe the end should be at a peak that looks similar. Maybe similar here. Let's take a look. We'll go into the zoom here, and what I want to do is find one of these zero crossings. So I'm going to click on one of these zero crossings here. Let's go to the previous one. That one looks a little cleaner. Actually, this one right here looks absolutely perfect. So let's click on that one. Make sure that the 0 point is exactly at the 0 point. Now I'm going to go to the loop point, and I'm going to zoom in there. And I'm going to find a zero crossing that looks very similar to the one that I just used. So actually this one looks perfect. So let's do that. Let's zoom in, and we'll get that right on 0. Sometimes you have to use the screen to do that because the knobs are a little bit loose and goosey when it comes to getting those 0 points when you're zoomed in that far. So now I'm going to try to play that and see if it loops. And it looks like that's going to loop perfectly. So quick and dirty, easy looping, and now I can play this. Up and down the keyboard, and I can play that sound forever if I want to. So quick and dirty, looped key group with a single sample. All right, that's your sound design cookie for the day. May the force be with you, and I hope you're making as much music as you possibly can.